It's a kind of magic.
Live from the Twin City.
It's a kind of magic.
It's Triad Today with Jeffrey Griffin.
Well, my friends, the time has finally come.
Sadly, it's about time to put away the beautiful Christmas decorations for another year.
How long are you supposed to keep your holiday decorations up?
It's time to take down those beautiful holiday decorations.
It's National Take Down the Christmas Tree Day.
Take the tree down.
When is the perfect time to take it down?
January 6th marks the Christmas Epiphany.
So today's the day, huh?
Just take it down. Take it down.
It's showtime.
News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS, 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2 of the big show. I'm Jeffrey Griffin alongside Christian Snyder, looking at a high of 62 today. The fog will burn off probably within the hour. Then we've got partly sunny skies and strong winds. Tonight, partly cloudy and 46. Tomorrow, the warmest day of the week with sunny skies and a high of 68. Thursday, partly sunny and 64. If you would like a traveling weather forecast, give us a call, 336-777-1600. Or you can send me an email if you'd like to get a traveling weather forecast as well. Triad Today at WSJS.com. It is time for us to get between the pages, one of our favorite segments on the big show. Doug Shouse, good morning, my man.
Good morning, Jeffrey. How are you?
I'm good, brother. Doug, there's a little birdie that told me that you've been a history junkie all your life since you were a wee little lad. Is that true?
That's very true. Yep, I've always loved American history and reading about it, and now I'm writing about it.
So, Doug, for me, when I hear people, it always makes me cringe. When I hear people say, well, I just don't like history because I'm not good with dates and maps. But Doug, I want to know if you agree. I continue to say history has little to do with dates and maps. These are names and personalities and families and stories, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the appeal of history to me is really the understanding, what's come before us and how it informs our world today and the world in the future. So, there's nothing new under the sun. Man has been creating the same goodwill and the same corruption and same problems throughout history, and we can learn from that and make this a better world.
I wish we would. Doug, we could have church right about now. I wish we would. Folks, if you would like to learn more about Doug and catch up, the website to visit, DouglasShouse.com, SHOUSE. Now, Doug, you've written not one but 2 books, so let's back up and take the first one first. What was the debut?
Yeah, the first one is a book called American Janus, at Janus, and Janus was the Roman god of new beginnings.
Okay.
Obviously, we're in
January.
the month.
Sure.
We're in the month of January, a new year, and I'll just read a couple sentences that summarize the book. It's a novel of the South. My interest is in Southern history. It's a novel of the South, and it's reckoning with the Civil War and Reconstruction. The book opens at Christmas in 1899 here in Winston. Obviously, it's before the merger with Salem, so it's still Winston, North Carolina.
Sure.
And the protagonist in this book is a guy named Harper Clayton. He has a big family, and they have all kinds of things going on here. The story in a nutshell is, again, I'll read it here. American Janus is the story of a North Carolina Confederate veteran and his family at the dawn of the 20th century. While looking forward to the promise of the future, Harper Clayton can never truly escape his past as a soldier in the American Civil War and a freedman's agent during Southern Reconstruction.
Now, Doug, this is a work of fiction, isn't it? But it's inspired by real people, real events.
Absolutely. It's historical fiction. So it is based on a story that has been rattling around in my mind for a while. And I'll tell you a little bit about that. My great-grandfather fought in the Civil War. He was in the 21st North Carolina that was organized here in Forsyth County and had men from the surrounding counties. but he fought all 4 years in the Civil War and was paroled at Appomattox and walked back home. He actually lived in Bethania at the time. So the story goes back and forth. It takes place in around 1900, 1901, and talks about the building of a new water reservoir, which was happening in Winston. And there was a catastrophe with that I write about and sort of create my story around here in Winston. But the story also flashes back to Harper's time in the Civil War during some of those key battles, and then also after the war as he helped the formerly enslaved blacks find their way with some support. So it's got a lot in it. It's got a lot of history of the war and Reconstruction and things like that. But I just had a tremendous time writing it because it was a story that had been rattling around in my head for a while. I'll tell you a quick little aside. My wife and I were at a Chinese restaurant down in Atlanta about 20 years ago, and I broke open my fortune cookie, and it said, "Someday you will write a book." And I kept that little slip in my wallet, and lo and behold, in 2023, that fortune became a reality, and I've enjoyed it.
Doug, that's a great story right there. I say, so we kind of laugh, when we break open the fortune cookies and we go, yeah, what's yours saying? We trade them around the table. But so often they do eventually come full circle. And Doug, let me share a story with you. It made me laugh when you were talking about some of the backstory of American Janice. I don't know if it's true. I've never looked it up. I've not vetted the tale. But on my grandmother's side of the family, there was a long told story that after the Civil War, that one of the relatives found himself way up north and that he was so tired that he didn't feel like walking back to North Carolina. So he wrote a letter and told his family, said, "I love you and I wish you well, but I think I'm going to settle here and create a new family, and good luck." And he just settled down right where he was and married another lady and had another family. And the family here just kind of soldiered on and made do because it was too far to walk home after all that fighting. And when you were talking about that's a long walk back to Bethania, I thought, brother, I think there's probably a lot of folks that have had that thought, don't you?
Oh, yes. And families were split apart during that war, and people did relocate to the Midwest and up north. Yeah, that's absolutely a true story there.
And then, Doug, let's move on. I don't want to run out of time. So 2023, American Janice hits the bookshelves. Yep. And then the summer of 25, this summer just passed, here we are with American Achilles. What is this about?
Yeah, so this is the sequel to American Janice, and the story advances about 15 years up to 1917. And it's still about the Clayton family. Noah Clayton is the grandson of Harper and the main guy in the first book. But anyway, he's an American captain, and he's an observer with the British on the Western Front in Belgium.
Wow!
And it opens in April of 1917, and that's when Woodrow Wilson declared war on Germany. And so my guy comes back to the country, to America, and trains troops, and then takes them back to World War I. Like the first one, it's got a dual storyline. There's a storyline here in Winston-Salem. Now it's Winston-Salem, right? The two towns have merged.
Right.
So there's I deal with black market Camel cigarettes and corruption that's going on here locally. But then also I tell about Noah Clayton and his time in not in the Civil War, World War I, over in Western Europe. This book is a little bit different in the sense that it's got four main characters: Noah, the Army captain, a guy named Jefferson Silver, who is the son of a key character in the first book, and he's a black guy that's been cheated here in Winston over some horses, and he goes north to join the Harlem Hellfighters and fights in World War I. Now, this story is based on a real live person named Henry Johnson that's been given some sort of some notice and a notoriety here over the last couple of years. This guy was born in Winston. His family moved to New York, and then he joined the Harlem Hellfighters, and he was the first American soldier to be awarded the French Croix de Guerre, which is their Medal of Honor.
Wow.
And he was a tremendous hero as far as fighting off the Germans and trench raids and things like that. So my character in this book, Jefferson Silver, sort of takes that role and runs with it. There's another character that I think is fascinating. Her name is Emma Clayton, and she's a granddaughter of from Harper in the first book. She's a suffragette. She's fighting for the women's right to vote, and she gives speeches at Salem Academy.
Right on. Yeah.
And she's a whirling dervish here in Winston-Salem. But then she also goes to Paris and becomes a Hello Girl. And Hello Girls were bilingual young women that went to France in World War I and helped communications between the French and the American armies.
That's fabulous.
So she's a fascinating character in this book. But anyway, the book is a sequel that carries on the story. It has sort of the same themes of the resilience of the human spirit, a lot of brotherhood and camaraderie with the men in the trenches. But there's also corruption and some bad stuff going on that's happening here in Winston and over there.
So, Doug, where can we get a copy of American Janus and American Achilles? What's the best way to get these on our bookshelf?
Well, of course, you can get them online at Amazon and other online booksellers.
Okay.
But my favorite place to get it would be the Book House here in Winston.
All right.
That's a bookstore over at Renolda Village.
Renolda Village,
or the Book Ferret in Sherwood Plaza. But those are both great bookstores. They carry the book, and it's great to support these local bookstores.
But Doug, before our time gets away from us, is there a book 3 on the horizon?
You know it.
I'm looking forward to it too.
You know there is. It's called American Phoenix, and again, it continues the same story of the family, but this takes place at the very, very beginning of World War II in 1939 and 1940. Takes place in London and also here in Winston.
Well, Doug, you have to come back and be with us again so we can talk about American Phoenix, brother.
That would be great, Jeffrey.
Hey, everybody, DouglasShouse.com. Again, the books are available at your favorite local bookstore. Go in and say, I want American Janus and American Achilles by Doug, or you can get them online at Amazon like always. Doug, I appreciate the visit. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk soon, my friend.
Hey, thanks for the visit, Jeffrey. I appreciate it.
Anytime, brother. Anytime at all. Folks, it is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. That's going to do it for Between the Pages. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Courtney will be in the spotlight with Mom Life on News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.